Hi everyone, in this video we're going to go through a long-awaited feature announcement, which is class blocks. So to get started with class blocks, what you need to do is create a new appointment type, and you're going to select the meeting type of class block. Now if this is grayed out and you're unable to select it, you may need to add group bookings to your subscription. And you can do that on the subscription page, view and change subscription, and you need this item here, the group bookings, which just costs £7 per month or £70 for the year. So to set up a class block, which is essentially defined as a group of classes which can be performed on a recurring basis. So really helpful for those people that are running a block of 6 Pilates classes. Say, for example, every Tuesday you run a 6 till 7 p.m. Pilates class, and you'd like your participants to be able to book onto the whole block. And let's go through the setup for that right now. So I'm going to name this block just the Pilates block, because this is what's going to be shown in my client portal. The duration is going to be 1 hour. I don't need any appointment gap in this case. And because this is a block of 6, I'm going to put a £300 price on the whole block, and I'm able to fit 10 participants into my class. And this runs for a series of 6. So my plan is to set this up as 1 per week for 6 weeks. In the description, this is what is shown in the client portal. So here I'm going to just write a 6-week block. And then I'm going to give this a nice purple color so I can see it in my diary. On the payment side of things, I am going to leave everything as default. And I do want this to show in my booking portal. There are some additional settings here, such as do I want to display as a class appointment? And do I want to display the number of remaining places in the booking portal? So I'm going to leave all of these as on because it's really helpful for your patients that are booking in to see that type of information. I think that's all we need for now, so I'll click Save. And now we've defined that block of 6. What we need to do is go to our diary and place that into an area where we want to actually run it. So currently we've set it up, but we've not placed it into the diary so that it can recur. So I said that we were going to run this on a Tuesday, so I'm just going to click anywhere in my diary. If you have locations set, then you want to choose the location where the classes are going to be run from. And in this setup, I do have multiple team members, so I'm just going to select myself as the instructor for this class. The appointment type is a Pilates block. And when you select the Pilates block, the user interface changes here very slightly. So I'm going to want the block start to start next week. So that starts on the Tuesday. And it runs on a Tuesday, 1 per week for 6 occurrences. So here we've got this set up. We start on the 15th of April, and then that cascades through. Let's say, for example, I do need to adjust one of these classes. And I did say that I wanted it to run, let's go 6 till 7 p.m. Like that. Let's say, for example, that the sports hall that I use for this class is not available on the 6th of May, or we need to run it 1 hour later. So I'm going to just adjust this time. We need to start at 7 on that day. Click Save, and that has adjusted that one instance of that class. And we can do this throughout the booking as well. So once this has been set on our calendar, if we do need to adjust one of them, then it's perfectly fine. We can jump in and do that. Next, I want to select one of my patients, so my client list. Now, this is entirely optional. I could just deploy this to my booking portal and in my diary as a completely empty class if I needed to. However, I do have a few loyal customers that I want to make sure I have booked onto this straight away. So I'm going to select one of my loyal customers and then click book. Straight away, that patient is going to receive confirmation that they've been added to this class. And if I click on the class now, I can see that I've got that participant here already in the class. Their payment status is not yet configured, so I could send them an invoice for this block using the invoicing system within Rehab Guru. So let's just take a look at the block details. So here we've got a full summary of everything to do with this class. If I need to cancel any individual instance of the class, I can do so from this interface, or I could cancel the entire block here as well, and all the participants would be notified of any of these changes. So now let's have a look at what this looks like from the booking portal. I'll close this and head to my booking link. And for this, I'm going to have to use the new booking portal. So you'll notice here we've got a green button, which is being displayed temporarily. In the coming weeks, this will become the default version. So you'll notice here the appointment on booking URL is bookings.rehabguru.com. The old version, the version that we're phasing out, is app.rehabguru.com. So the benefit of this is that we've got a completely separate booking website that is really lightweight, fast to load, and gives the user a far better experience. So we are using Bookings version 2, and this is the only version which can support your classes and class blocks. So if you see this green button here, make sure that you're using the Booking version 2. In time, this will be the only version that is available. So if you're looking back at this video and this is the only view that you can see, don't worry about it. All you need to know is that you want to be using the booking URL, which starts bookings.rehabguru.com. I'm going to copy that link, open it in a new tab. And here we've got our new booking portal with the option of selecting classes. Here we've got our Pilates block. I can see the full schedule of all of these classes. Here we've got our 6th of May, which starts at 7 p.m. rather than 6. When I select that, I can step through this and enter my details. Confirm the details and any other confirmation items that you have configured. Click Next, and then I can pay. So here I'm using the Stripe test credentials so that I can go through the full payment workflow. Confirm that booking. She's going through its payment gateway, and then we're finishing up. We have the confirmation page. And that is the client side of booking in for an appointment. As I come back to my diary, I can check my participants. Here we've got 2 out of 10 available. And here this person has booked in, and we notice that they have paid because they went through the Stripe checkout and paid at the point of booking. If I needed to add a participant, I could do so here. And I can also adjust the class capacity if I need to increase or decrease that. And the last thing that I'll show you in this video is being able to book into an appointment, or rather a booking, from within the client details page. So here I would go to appointments. And when I click on actions, I've got the option of booking an appointment, which would be our standard, for example, a one-to-one appointment. Then I could join a scheduled class, which is a single class within our diary page, or a class block. And in this case, I'm going to join the class block. Here I've only got one class block available, but if I did have a number of these, then I would be able to choose the class block that I want to book this patient onto. I can view all of the classes. I could enroll them into a single class. So let's say, for example, one of my participants gives me a call and says, hey, I can't make Tuesday the 6th. I'm sorry, 7 till 8 doesn't work for me. Then we could advertise that free slot to somebody, and then they could be enrolled just into a single class. So I could enroll into the whole class, as I will do here. As that enrolls them, it will then display all of those classes in their appointment list. And as we go back to our diary, here we've now got 3 participants into our class block. So hopefully that gives you everything that you need in order to deploy and run blocks and blocks of classes. But before I finish up in this video, I'm going to show you one other really cool trick to use this as a recurring booking appointment. So if I've got a single patient that needs to see me every week and they have a standard block, what I can do is create a new appointment, and this is going to be of type block. This time, I'm just going to set the number of participants to 1. And this could be a series. The maximum that we can have here is 30. So if I go 31, I'm not allowed, but we can have 30. And this is a weekly review. And this would have a certain price. So let's say this is 300 as well. So weekly review for X. This could be 45 minutes. Set this as a color. This one's not going to be displayed in my booking portal because it's not a class that is for people to book into. It is more of a weekly maintenance or weekly review with one of my kind of usual patients. So I'm just going to save this for now. What I could do then is with one of my patients, I could set them up as a weekly review, select my one patient, and then I will see them every Monday, for example. And a really, really helpful way of setting up a recurring booking system. Here we've got 30 iterations of this appointment type. Okay, so we're really keen to get feedback on this. We know it's a long-awaited feature, and we're really excited to see what you do with it and how it enables your businesses to run. You can always give feedback on our social media channels and also at support.rehabguru.com.